It's Thursday, April 25th. I'm your host, Danny Curry. Let's try this again. Gracious me almighty, I've had such a morning. I wish there was a video camera watching me this morning. I'm a little discombobulated. Stayed up way too late last night trying to get some videos edited. And oh my gosh, I just spent 25 minutes editing a video that I thought had to run today, and it's for tomorrow. So at least I'm ready for tomorrow. Anyway, it is Thursday, April 25th. I'm your very neurotic host, Danny Curry. Happy Anzac Day to Australians and New Zealanders today. Well, pretty much yesterday to them. Anzac Day is the National Day of Commemoration of Australia and New Zealand for victims of war and for recognition of the role of their armed forces. It marks the first major military action fought by Australia and New Zealand during the First World War. You might be asking, why am I talking about this? Well, for those of you that don't know, I'm actually a dual citizen, Australian and American, or American-Australian, really. My husband is Australian. My kids were born in Australia, and it's a big day for Australians and New Zealanders today. It is similar to our Memorial Day and Veterans Day kind of rolled into one. So happy Anzac Day to all the Aussies out there. All right, have you subscribed to YouTube yet? Please do. We're just over 150 subscribers, and I'd love to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the weekend. We have over 5,500 views on our channel, and you've racked up more than 160 hours of watch time. I'm so grateful. We're just through, almost through. Tomorrow will be the end of our 4th week on the show. So this is phenomenal, and I appreciate it because, honestly, the more views those videos get, the better it's going to help a lot of our small businesses and nonprofits. But let's get to why you're really here. Tons of great stuff today. Again, we've got Tiffany from the Inn at Fingerboard Farm, Wayne Dorsey from the Safe Ride Foundation, Christine Van Bloem from the Empty Nest Kitchen, and we'll hear from Jarad about Battle of the Bands coming on Saturday. Still, tons of giveaways, and in fact, I did not update this, but Tiffany from Pet and Home Care has thrown into the mix a bottle of pet CBD and a week of midday walks for your dog. So text dog or cows or shirt or what else do we have? SOS to 888-465-2944, and you're going to win that. I'm going to pick the cows winner today, but I've also got tickets for Sunday. So all you have to do, honestly, you got to come to a game. We have such a great time. Come to a game and just text the word cows, and I will get you hooked up there. All right, want to thank the sponsor of the program, although they might regret it today because I'm discombobulated. We want to thank Fox Tree Designs. They printed all my swag for Good Morning Frederick, including sweatshirts, t-shirts, and stickers, as well as they do full color lettering for signs, banners, and label. You can visit them at foxtreedesigns.com. All right, well, let's get this on the road. Let's see if we can kind of get it all rerouted. All right, weather today, partly cloudy, only a high of 57. I don't like the cold, but especially after we've had some really nice days. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 63. Saturday, it's going to be 63 and tomorrow's 66. Saturday is going to be 63 and cloudy for Battle of the Bands. And if you hold on tight, Sunday, it is going to be hot. And Monday, high of, I think Sunday's 87, Monday's 91 degrees, right? And I cannot complain about the weather, right? That's a rule. That is an absolute rule. All right, let's take it to a market maker. This is a market maker who is doing some great stuff with her cooking skills. let's meet Christine Van Bloem from the Empty Nest Kitchen right after this. All right, here's Christine Van Bloem making Frederick very tasty. Well, if you know me at all, you know I'm all about the food, always about the food. And this next guest has been making Frederick tastier for several years, because I remember Christine way back when she had her kitchen studio, and now she has a new path, and I'm so excited to find out more about it. Welcome, Christine, from the Empty Nest Kitchen.
Hi, Danny. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I am so honored to speak to you now. And so it's been, we came in contact, it has to have been, 12, 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah, at least. It's been
a lifetime ago, right?
I swear I've lived a million years here in this town.
Well, tell us now what your new endeavor is and how can we of Frederick support you?
Oh my gosh, you are the sweetest. So, as you mentioned, I used to own the Kitchen Studio Cooking School. I had that for 15 years. And it was a recreational cooking school, which meant if you wanted to have fun, you come to me. Well, now with the Empty Nest Kitchen, I'm kind of coming to you. So I'm offering virtual, and I know coming post-COVID, virtual is kind of like,
Yeah.
but I think we've moved beyond that.
We have, I think.
I think so. I think we're on the other side of that. And the cool thing is it's opened up this whole new world where I'm able to teach virtual cooking classes and culinary team buildings. And it's been fantastic. Now I do some local, if you're doing something in your house or you want me to come and do a cooking class for your friends or your book club or your ladies' night or whatever it is, I will still do that within a certain radius of Frederick, because that's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You can't get that out of your blood.
No.
but the online teaching has been incredible, because one of the groups I've hooked up with is AARP. As you can tell, I'm a member.
Right there too.
So I started teaching with AARP pre-pandemic, but then when everything moved online, they were looking for a way to reach their members. And it started just for AARP Maryland, but now I teach a class nationally every month.
That is unbelievable. Congratulations.
Yeah. And it's super fun. They are the greatest people to work with. They are so nice and so fun and just really easy. And we get several hundred people in every class.
That is so fun. Okay, so kind of explain, because for those of us who are not as skilled in the kitchen as you, kind of walk us through how it works being virtual and doing this. Like, do people get recipes before and they get their ingredients, or are they just watching? How does that work?
It's kind of their call.
Yeah.
So I just did a team building for a biotech company, and they have people up and down the East Coast. And I think all but one or two cooked with me. So they received all the recipes and they received a shopping list. And the other folks just watched and participated as we went through. But it's kind of like having your own kitchen concierge there to answer your questions as you're going through. I kind of went into the online thing kicking and screaming in May of 2020.
Yeah.
And now I just think it's so great. I'm doing a class tonight for a group that's all up and down the East Coast, and some are going to cook, some aren't. But what it does is it lets you work within your own kitchen. If you came to Kitchen Studio, I had it all.
Yeah.
I not only had every tool you needed, I had 4 of them, So this, you're able to say, okay, well, I don't have that tool you have. What do I do? And we're live. I'm not doing pre-recorded classes, so I can say, oh, you need this, wumpty-wump, just do this instead. Right. And it works pretty well.
I mean, to be honest, how many of us have spent hours watching the cooking shows on HGTV and never picking up a pan, right? I love the fact that you're accessible, and because that would be me. Oh my gosh, I've just burnt the thing. What do I, how do I replace it? Or is there something I can substitute? Or, yeah, I mean, I think the fear of being virtual to all of us, and even what I'm doing now, you fear you're going to kind of lose that connectivity or that, and you don't.
No.
I think we've moved beyond that. So
I think we have, and I'm actually calling it cooking connected, because you wouldn't think that you would create connection, through the computer. But I'll tell you, it's so good because you just have this great opportunity to talk to people. When I do the AARP classes, they're hilarious because I have never seen such an active chat in my entire life. Like, I can't keep up with it. It's like literally rolling as I'm teaching, and it's the most fun thing ever. Everybody's just super good natured, really good humored, and they have the opportunity to send private messages. Because listen, when I had Kitchen Studio, there was pressure there. Even though I tried to alleviate the pressure, there was pressure that if you were working on a dish, you didn't want to screw it up. Right?
Yeah.
There's only been one time in 4 years that I have watched somebody run across the screen, with something smoking, and it's been hilarious. And we all laughed, and very good natured. But you could add salt instead of sugar, and you're the only one who knows.
Yeah.
You can play it off, don't you worry. But it really is a great way to form connection.
It's just phenomenal. And just the fact that now your reach has just expanded so much that you're able to touch people and engage with them really kind of one-on-one or one to a small group and get, again, questions answered that you just can't from a television show that you're watching or anything like that. So that's phenomenal. I just love it.
Thank you. I love it too. And I keep the classes that I do, I keep small. So we might have 500 people in an AARP class, which is incredible. But I try to keep it small for the classes that I'm running through Empty Nest Kitchen.
Yeah, fantastic. What, if any, what's your favorite thing to cook? Do you have one?
I don't know. I'm super into fish right now.
Okay.
I don't know why. I think maybe it's the change in seasons. I mean, I like summer cooking the best.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's easy and you don't really have to do anything. But I don't know. This morning I was testing out cappuccino chip muffins.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're delicious, by the way.
Okay. Well, I think there'll be many of us to raise our hands to be your guinea pigs for taste tests. But let me just go back to people who may not be familiar with you, though. What is your background and how did you kind of make this journey?
So I've been in Frederick for almost 28 years, and I came here from a marketing and advertising job, and I've done some marketing and advertising here in different jobs in Frederick. But I also went to culinary school when I lived in New York City, and it was a school that focused on French technique.
Okay.
And I knew from class one that I wanted to teach. That was it. I didn't want to work in a restaurant. I thought maybe writing for a food magazine would be cool.
Yeah.
But I just knew teaching was where I wanted to be. Yeah. I didn't want to work in a kitchen because I really like my husband. And I knew that if I took like a food job like that, I knew what the deal was. That it was never we'd be on opposite schedules. So I personal chefed starting in about 2001. And did that until I opened Kitchen Studio in 2005.
Yeah.
And then I had that till 2020. It's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then I've been doing Empty Nest Kitchen for about the last year.
Yeah, that is just, again, what a great journey for somebody who loves to cook and not going the traditional restaurant 40-hour days and never being home and, burning yourself out, which, unfortunately I've seen a lot of people do in the restaurant industry just by virtue of the fact that the kitchen's open for 18 hours a day. And, if you got to be there. So that's excellent. What, if any, advice would you offer somebody who wants to kind of take a leap and do whatever they're passionate about online as well? Like, do you have any advice for people?
It's so cliche, but you just have to do it. It
Yeah.
can't be perfect. You know this, Danny. If
Yeah.
anybody knows this, you get this too. But, I can be an overanalyzer, right? And I want to have everything perfect before I do it and have it all lined up. And it just doesn't work that
No,
way, right?
never, never.
So I'm ready to jump at opportunities when
Yeah.
they come.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'm like, wow, that was not great.
Yeah.
But a lot of time I'm like, oh, this is terrific. Because I really do try to pull the positive out
Oh,
of
yeah.
everything now.
Yeah.
And just go, okay, maybe that experience wasn't fantastic, but here's this nugget that was really great. But I think you just do.
Yeah. I 100% agree. And I think it's funny, and it might be age. I don't know what it is, but it's more about, look, I'm confident in my abilities. I might have messed up that particular thing, but it's not a statement about who I am. So I've kind of moved beyond that, which is great. And that is good advice.
Yeah.
So how can somebody reach out to you to either book you to come to their home or get on one of your empty nest kitchen classes? Where do they go?
Well, I'm starting to offer classes every Sunday afternoon so that you do the class, and when the class is over, ta-da, dinner is ready.
Love it.
Yeah, so you can find all that on emptynestkitchen.com.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm on all the socials.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, it's The Empty Nest Kitchen.
Okay.
And then everywhere else, it's Empty Nest Kitchen.
Oh, that's so fun. I love the Sunday idea. I think that is great.
It's hard finding a day because, if Mondays worked great for people, I'd do it on Mondays, you know, and walk through it. But I did a little survey, and almost everybody came back with do it Thursdays or Sundays. And most people said Sundays.
Yeah.
So
I think that's great.
Woo-hoo.
How do you deal with the what's for dinner question, Christine? This is the one that drives me the most crazy so far in my adult life.
Yeah, I hear you. So for me, it's about keeping things handy, right?
Okay.
Keeping pantry cooking. So I always have things in the pantry, whether it's different grains or things like that. This is very controversial in chef world, and I'm probably going to get booted out, but I can handle it. When you are cooking for one or two people, I have to tell you, keeping frozen fish it's the smartest thing ever, if you like fish.
Yeah.
But fish thaws incredibly quickly. It's much more reasonably priced. I mean, listen, is it the same as catching your salmon in Alaska? No.
Right.
But you can get decent quality. And I mean, I'm not serving it to guests or the queen.
Right.
I guess, is there a queen now? I guess she's a queen. But I would serve her frozen.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just having things that are really handy. So now, looking in the kitchen, I see a bag of onions and a bag of little tomatoes, or a bag of potatoes and some little tomatoes. And I know I could cook the potatoes and cook some fish, and I could make a quick sauce. And I have some stuff in some spinach. I could wilt that down. It's just about having components that you're comfortable with.
Yeah. What is your favorite fish?
Oh, I'm a crustacean lover, baby.
Yeah, me too.
So, but I also love, I love squid and octopus. I really love them, but it's not something I cook a ton of. But I go with the basics. I'm just doing basics right now.
Yeah, we do that. We actually do we eat a lot of fish actually here, and I have to freeze it just because it's what's for dinner, and it's 3:00 and you're trying to figure it out. So,
it's so easy. The class I'm doing tonight is a 15-minute where I'm going to do a salmon fillet and arugula salad that we'll make when they're and it's 15 minutes from starting to think about it to on the plate. Simple stuff.
My daggone dog. Okay. I
We
can
love
edit.
the dog.
Editing.
We love the dog.
Yeah. I love the dog. Love the dog. I mean, that's just fascinating and so excellent. I mean, I could just talk to you for hours about this just to get ideas, but I think the next step is we sign up for your Sunday class. When is that starting?
So I have one this Sunday. Well, I have one. I don't know when you're airing. All
Well,
right.
we can, is it?
You edit.
Yeah.
So you can go on at any point and check. I'm doing a pizza class to show folks how to make like the really yummy crispy crust pizza
Oh, yes.
in a home oven.
Okay.
Because I know pizza ovens are all the rage, but I don't have one.
I don't have one. Yeah.
So
with these classes, is it like, do you sign up for, is it one at a time, multiple? How does that work?
right now I just have it one at a time.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing like a cooking club kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where I'll do a special class and then you can take a class every week, something along those lines.
So
we'll see. We're
yeah.
going to get this rolling first.
I know.
You
Well, I know.
how it is.
I know.
Ideas, right?
It's going to be super successful. I know, for the country, shouting your name from the rooftops. I just love it. Congratulations on this next phase. And we cannot wait to have the empty nest kitchen in our homes and serving it on our tables.
Thank you so much, Nate. And I also want to throw in, like every other person in the country right now, I've started a podcast.
Oh, yes.
Called The Empty Nest Kitchen. And it's all about super cool empty nest women. And we always talk food a little bit, but really cool ladies coming in and we're just having a good time.
Awesome. I will make sure that we share where your Empty Nest Kitchen podcast, and we'll have to download and listen to it soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Danny.
All right. So in the continuation of it being a train wreck today, for some reason, finishing up almost the fourth week, of course, I didn't put the edited version of Christine's interview. So apologies to her on that. But go see her Empty Nest Kitchen. I'm actually going to look at booking an event with her. Maybe we can do it at the inn at Fingerboard as well with our sleepover with Dreamscape Slumber events. But she is wonderful, so fun, and yeah, I'm gonna fingers crossed because I have no idea now if I have the right videos pulled up for the right time. But anyway, we're gonna move along and just keep on going. This is called Doing Good in the Neighborhood. All right. As a 23-year-old graduate of WVU, computer engineer Wayne Dorsey came up with an idea to help curb drunk driving. And tonight at Bushwallers, it's an 8-year celebration of the nonprofit organization. But let's find out all about SOS Safe Ride and the Safe Ride Foundation. Home safely when you're out having a few cocktails, so important. We all know about Uber, but I'm not sure you know about this guy and his organization, SOS Safe Ride. I'm here with Wayne Dorsey. Mm-hmm. Tell me, this is a great program. I'm surprised not more people are using it, or are a lot of people using it?
Well, so really quick, so I always have to make a quick distinction.
Yeah.
This gets confused a lot.
Yeah.
So the name of our organization is the Safe Ride Foundation.
Oh, goodness.
And then SOS is one of our flagship programs, right?
Okay. Good to know.
So the Safe Ride Foundation, we're the only nonprofit in Frederick County working to stop drunk driving.
Yeah.
We do a number of different things, but the thing that we're known for is the SOS Safe Ride program.
Okay.
Which is a mobile app that's a lot like Uber, but we drive your car home for you.
Yes.
Right. So like you go out to the bar, you wanted to have 2 drinks, and you had like 11, and basically we send 2 drivers out to you, 2 amazing volunteer drivers.
Yes.
And one of us drives you home in your car. Other person follows behind in our car. We get back to your house, give you back the keys, and we leave.
Okay.
Yeah. So to answer your question, so we actually, so this is our 8-year anniversary this year.
That's
right? And we've now prevented, I guess we're very proud to have now prevented 17,000 DUIs here in Frederick County.
Holy cow.
It's funny when
done.
it's funny when people say like, oh yeah, like I feel like no one knows about it. I'm surprised
Yeah,
you heard. I mean,
Well, thank God 17,000 people do, because can you imagine those people on the roads? And we're all thankful for that, really.
you.
That's really impressive. Was there something in particular that made you decide this was the organization for you?
Well, I founded this when I was 23 years old, and I do not have a compelling story for you.
Okay.
Right? So,
Well, I mean, I guess that's
I'll tell you
good.
though. So, I mean, the thing is, people always ask, like, why'd you start this?
Yeah.
So when you start any nonprofit, that's
Yeah.
always the question. So I always share with people that when I was in college, I went to West Virginia University, so big party school.
Yeah.
I was an athlete. I was in a frat, and so I was surrounded by people that did really dumb things all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So I've never had a DUI. I've never had a family member that passed away in a tragic accident. I very luckily don't have that story.
Yeah.
But all that to say, my background's in computer engineering, and when I had the idea for the app, I thought that could impact the community, save lives, and it'd be a really cool job. And so now it's 8 years later, and it is my full-time job. So.
I mean, that's an impressive kind of even history. So I love the fact, and I'm grateful for you that there wasn't something but noticing that there was a need that could be filled, and you could do it in such a positive way. I mean, that's really great. So people can download the app and utilize it similar to Uber, but
Yes.
get their car home, which is always a pain in the rear if you don't get your car home the next day.
And at the end of the day, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No.
but at the end of the day, it's not about just driving you home in your car.
Yeah.
Anybody can do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we look at it and say, you know how many times that the average person drinks and drives before they get caught?
How many?
If you had to guess.
Oh, I mean, I would say 6.
80.
80 times before they get caught.
Yeah. So think about that next time you're driving around sober.
Oh, gosh.
Right? So all that to say,
Yeah.
we're trying to eliminate excuses here.
Yeah.
And if at the end of the day your excuse is, well, I needed my car home in the
Right,
morning. then,
right.
like,
Now,
okay,
that's
guess
done.
what, Frederick County?
That's right. Can't use that anymore. Mark that off. So 17,000 so far in 8 years.
Yeah.
That is unreal. Do you have any particular milestone? I mean, obviously 20,000 would be really nice.
Sure,
Huh?
yeah.
So how many are you doing on average a month?
On a month, please? I guess do that math, right?
Okay.
I mean, it was somewhere between I guess it depends. I guess 400, 700, something like that, right?
Holy
It
cow.
depends. So.
So how many drivers do you need drivers and stuff?
Absolutely.
Are you always
So,
hiring?
I always ask about and this is the thing people don't understand. It's like this is all volunteer.
Yeah.
So, obviously this is my full-time job and we have a staff of 5, but we have 96 volunteers that
Wow.
are out here that are literal superheroes working to make sure that people don't drink and drive and get behind the wheel when they shouldn't be.
Right.
So we're always looking for new volunteers. I would argue that 2 things. One, that we have the most fun volunteer experience you will ever have. I mean, we deal with drunk people for God's sakes,
What's more fun than that?
Yeah. So all that to say, we have the funnest audience. We
Yeah.
deal with drunk people for God's sakes.
You can practice your best jokes. You can that's great.
So by all means, sosafried.org/volunteer. So,
Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking for some fun on a Friday, Saturday night and driving people home, then this is for you. What's been the biggest obstacle, or have there been any, in the 8 years that you've had this organization?
Well, I would say the biggest obstacle was in the very beginning, right? You know how they say most businesses they fail within 5 years, right? For nonprofits, it's 2.
Okay.
Right? And so when I started this, the thing that's really difficult is when you found your nonprofit and there's nobody around, right? Because think about it. From the IRS's perspective, they think that you're going to get a group of people, a group of 10 awesome people, and they're all going to we're going to solve climate change or whatever.
Right.
And they all form it, and then they have an executive director, and all this
you
other
got a
stuff,
whole
right?
board and everything.
But when you're a 23-year-old black kid, just like I had this cool
people
idea,
weren't
you know what I mean?
People weren't jumping on that. Hey?
So it was one of those things where in the beginning it was just you're trying to start a community and start a mission and a cause, and there's just really no one around, right?
Yeah.
And that's not to to be woe is me or anything like that. It's just to say that was a challenge at the beginning.
Yeah.
I feel incredibly thankful that we have so many volunteers, we have a big board, we have some staff members and stuff, and as far as the community, I guess gravitating towards this, we're the only thing in Frederick County working to stop drunk driving. And the thing that I always love about us is that we're one of the nonprofits, I would say one of the few nonprofits that you can actually see what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and it has a direct impact.
Right.
Every ride you give has a direct impact on the community,
Absolutely.
which is really That's got to make you feel good, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's no knock against other nonprofits
No.
or anything like that. It's just,
It's just different. It's just different.
But all that to say, like, I always say, like, whenever you see our cars that are branded driving around, you're like, hey, look, that's them doing the thing.
Doing their thing.
You know?
Doing their thing, and we love that. We really do. What about the future of the Safe Ride Foundation? Like, what do you have things in the works on any expansion or growth or kind of your trajectory
I'm
ideas?
glad you asked that. So this has been a secret for a while, but it's as of 2 months ago, it's no longer a secret.
Okay.
So, like I said, the Safe Ride Foundation is the name of our organization, and then SOS Safe Ride is our flagship program. We recently just started a new program in partnership with the county and United Way, known as Rides for Good.
Okay.
Right? So basically, what that is, it's all under Safe Ride Foundation, but like as opposed to everyone thinks that our main mission is stopping drunk driving. Really what we're doing is we're helping to cultivate a healthier Frederick County through providing safe and reliable transportation solutions.
Okay.
And that's solutions to all transportation problems, right? So to paint a picture here, there are a lot of people in Frederick County who are, for a lack of a better term, transportation poor, right? Maybe they don't have a car, maybe their car's in a shop, maybe they only have one car and there's a family of 6 or something like that, right? And there's also a lot of places in Frederick County that are, for also a lack of a better term, transportation deserts, right? Where if you're out in, I don't know, Adamstown and you go to order an Uber,
they're like, where are you? We don't know.
Right?
We can't get to you. Yeah.
And so what we decided to do is that, the county understands this problem pretty heavily. And so in partnership with them, United Way, and some other stakeholders, like we started the Rides for Good program. And we're helping to solve all those transportation problems, helping people get to the human services that they need. So helping people get to work, to the grocery store, even to work sometimes.
Okay.
And it's also volunteer run too. So essentially the way it works is someone can register to be a passenger with the program. Very simple to do. And and anyone can use it, but it's very targeted towards low-income families and in the rural areas, things like that, where the need's the greatest.
Yeah.
And so we've been doing it for about 2 months now, and yeah, I cannot tell you the demand. Like, I mean that in a way where it's like, oh, well, I should say how great the need is, right?
Right. Even more than you expected?
It like gratuitously more.
Wow. Okay.
And it's
And that's it's shocking. Really, well, not really. I mean, I think the transportation issues when you're outside the city limits, it gets worse and worse the further you go. So the access to.
And it's a shame because you think about someone, maybe they're in their 70s and they can't drive anymore, right? And then we keep saying it's more than just a ride. It's like, hey, I'll never miss a dialysis appointment,
right?
Or someone who needs to go to school, like I'll be the first person in my family to graduate college or something. Like the stories are just piling in.
I bet.
So, yeah.
So how, for that organization, it's, again, volunteer run, and then you have reached out to people in the community and partners like United Way to get the people to register. Exactly. So they come through normally a partner organization. Is that how it is?
Generally speaking, anyone can register for the program, right? So if you have someone who maybe isn't involved in an organization, just go to our website, ridesforgood.org, and it's super simple. So
because like you said, you don't want people saying, oh, I'll just miss my cancer treatment today because I can't get there because so-and-so has the car or whatever, or work. I mean,
absolutely.
And, I guess, unfortunately, the cost of living, gets cheaper the further away from the city you move, and yet it's harder to get to the jobs and everything you need. So, that makes a lot of sense. Well, that's exciting.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more, humbled the fact that the county gave us the responsibility of doing this, and I just hope that we can pay that back tenfold. I will say something really quick, which is one of our biggest partners for this is Transit.
Okay.
So the Jamie over at Transit, shout out to her, by the way. I know she's watching this, which is that she always says the number one thing I want you to know about Transit is that it's free, right? Yeah. Now the reason I'm bringing them up is because we have this goal to be first mile or last mile, first leg or last leg. So what that means is we don't want to be someone's end all be all.
Right.
So maybe it's, instead of me driving you to your job on 40 from Brunswick, maybe it's like, hey, well, we can get you to the transit stop, or we can get you to again, what have you, right?
Right. So a shared thing. So we're going to get you to the closest place so that you can then move on to get maybe somebody else and allow that person to utilize the system in place.
Not the whole system.
Right.
So,
exactly.
So
Yeah.
She gets it.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I'm quick like that. But yeah, transit. The fact that transit is free. I don't know if many people continue to realize that since the pandemic they've kept transit free, and it's accessible if especially if you're amongst one of their routes. If there was one thing you'd want people who weren't familiar before this to know about this organization, what would that be?
Sure. So right, I'm glad you segued there. The biggest thing is that we're a network of superheroes trying to solve, the problems where they're the greatest, right? Yeah. And so the number one thing that's one thing I want people to know, and then the thing I want them to do is to be a part of that, right? The greatest thing that you can give any organization is not your money, it's your time.
Yeah.
It's you, right? Yeah. And so please, if you can volunteer and just, if you can drive someone to work twice a week or something like that, or if you can help some drunk drivers stay off the road, like that, we couldn't appreciate you more for that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think that's pretty easy to do. Can't we, guys? We can do that. What's on the horizon for you, Mr. Dorsey? What's anything exciting?
Something I haven't done yet? I've never been in a play before. I was like, how hard can it be, right? So my sister, who also sings, I was like, hey, they're having auditions for Sister Act in a couple weeks. Like, I was like, you want to audition with me? She's like, yeah, actually. And we both got parts. So
I love it. We really appreciate Wayne Dorsey, all that he's doing to help make Frederick even better. He needs your help to keep this going. It's run on volunteer power, and that is you. And we'd love to hear your stories if you do volunteer. Of course, no names being used, but have a good time with the Safe Ride Foundation and Wayne Dorsey. All right, I want to thank Wayne. That was so fun, and what a great organization. Really, 17,000 rides, people getting home safe with their cars. After the break, we'll check out the inn at Fingerboard Farm and hear from Jarad about Battle of the Bands just after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
All right. A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick. They specialize in roofing, siding, windows, gutters, patios, and decks. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. And a special offer, don't forget about it, for Good Morning Frederick viewers, $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs that are scheduled before April 30th. You have 5 more days to do that. So please give Sandra a call, send her an email, let her know you saw it on Good Morning Frederick. All right, tons is happening in Frederick always, and this week is no different. All right, you can get the calendar where everything lives. It's the Everything Frederick calendar. To get it, just text the word calendar to 888-465-2944. That way you'll always have the link directly to this calendar. And I'm going to pull it up. It is pretty incredible how much is happening here. This is our week and our weekend. Of course, tonight it's the Everything Frederick and More Karaoke for a Cause, which benefits Wayne Dorsey's organization, the Safe Ride Foundation. And it happens at Bushwallers. You can sing and help, or you just go purchase, go have food or drinks at Bushwallers, and you can add additional donation to your receipt when you leave. And if you take that receipt home, maybe you've had a few too many, Your ride home with SOS Safe Ride is free if you show them that receipt. Of course, you just want to take care of your drivers when you do so. This weekend, of course, it is a battle of the bands. So we're going to hear from Jarad about that event. Let me pull it up here and we'll get you all sorted. Here we go. Is always something going on in downtown Frederick, but this Saturday it's something pretty big, and I've got Jarad Bowens with me with Battle of the Bands. You are famous, my friend. I've seen you on TV stations everywhere. I love it.
Nah, not even close, man. Just trying to be like you, Danny.
This is the second year for Battle of the Bands?
Second year, yeah. So we produced this last year. This is a concept that I brought up. I mean, it's, there's nothing really original about the idea of a battle of the bands, but in this iteration, I was part of a leadership group that did this down in Florida in 2015 and 16, and so we wanted to bring that up here to the Frederick community, and Fortunately, the folks at the Boys and Girls Club were amenable to letting us host this for them.
And why wouldn't they be? Because it's a great fundraiser for them. And this year, perfect for the whole family. All ages show. Love it.
So that's a big change from last year. Last year we were 21 plus. This year we had our poop in a group, as they say, and we were able to get approval for this to be a family-friendly event. So we want everybody to come out.
Yeah. So tell us how the day is going to go.
So the event starts at 3 o'clock. Doors are going to open at 3. We are on Carroll Creek Amphitheater. And so show's going to open at 3 o'clock. We've got a wonderful band called Turbulence from the Frederick Let There Be Rock School who's going to open the show for us. They're not competing, but they are going to provide some music as you walk in those doors. And so Scott Marceron and the folks there at Frederick Let There Be Rock School, they are going to open up the show with a band called Turbulence. While you guys are coming in, you're going to want to purchase your tickets in advance because that line is going to move a lot faster than the day of purchase line. So there'll be a couple lines for purchasing tickets on the day of. You can get tickets in advance by going to botbfrederick.com and hit the ticket button. So that line's going to move a lot quicker. You're going to get ID'd. So even though it is family friendly, if you do want to drink with us, make sure you bring your ID because we will have security on site from the Tazy agency to help us out. Make sure there's no underage drinking.
We don't need any of that. No underage drinking.
Nope.
All right. So then we've got an opening band and then things are going to get rolling. We've got 6 bands, right?
Absolutely. So 6 bands. I'm going to come on, do a welcome right around 3:30. And then we're going to start the show. We've got 6 bands that are going to compete, each playing about a 20-minute set with about 15 minutes in between each act for us to do some cool stuff and strike and reset. And so in no particular order, because I'm going to release the order today or tomorrow, but we do have Red Bullet, V, Made from Meteors, Kill the King, Shadow Apparatus, and Rattle Root are our competing bands.
That's awesome. Now, are the bands from all from the Frederick area or from everywhere?
Not all from the Frederick area. So we opened up submissions, all over the place in the region. So we've got a couple bands coming from as far away as Virginia.
Cool.
A couple of our bands are Frederick local. So, Made from Meteors, Shadow Apparatus, and I think Rattle Root and V are all definitely, from the Frederick area or have folks in the band who are from the Frederick area.
Very cool. And how else, other than buying tickets, which is extraordinarily important, get your tickets, and I'll put the website up on the screen, botbfrederick.com. Is there going to be anything else throughout the day where people can support the Boys and Girls Club?
Absolutely. So if you can't come, but you still want to support, or you've already bought your ticket and you want to help out a little more, on the website, there's also a donate now button, and you can donate as much or as little as you want to help us reach our fundraising goals and support the Boys and Girls Club's mission. So that's one way you'll be able to support. On the day of, you're going to be able to buy 50-50 raffle tickets. We're going to do a 50-50 raffle. You're also going to be able to buy People's Choice Award tickets. So it's going to be $1 a vote, and you'll be able to vote for your favorite band, whichever band that you want to be the People's Choice winner. And so that's going to help us raise some funds as well.
I love it. I love it. It's going to be so fun. So the grand prize, or the winner of the Battle of the Bands, what are they getting?
So we have some amazing sponsors and partners. I'm going to take a minute after this to touch on our amazing title sponsors and all the sponsors who help us out. But for the prize package, we've got $5,000 recording package from Frederick Recording Studio that's been donated. And so the winning band's going to get to go in and record an EP or lay down some tracks. Kevin and his team will be out there on site, so we appreciate that. Lockhouse Studios, which is a local photography studio, they've donated a nice photography package so that the band can come out and do a promo shoot on afterwards and take pictures. We've got Making Music, which is our local music store right here. They've donated a guitar, a $300 gift certificate, and a whole bunch of other stuff, including drumsticks, guitar strings, a whole bunch of other stuff to help the band out. And so we've got a great prize package lined up for the winning band.
Yep, and let's shout out those premium sponsors. So you've got the Goddess Group of Everything Frederick and more. And you've got, is it M&T Bank?
M&T Bank. So, gracious to have had the opportunity. Last year, we limited our title sponsorship to one title sponsor. This year, we had two different entities approach us that said they wanted to support. M&T wanted to come back. But we had, M&T, we love the support from M&T, but they got it like that. So for the sponsor, that's an easy lift. For an M&T Bank, we definitely appreciate their support. But we did have Shannon Flannery with the Goddess Group of Everything Frederick and More Realty, who stepped up to the plate as a local small business owner, who really, stepped up and took the challenge to donate and match M&T's funds to become a title sponsor as well. And that's no small feat. That says something about, I think, her, through this channel and through Everything Frederick and all of her other initiatives to support the Frederick community. I think it's an amazing thing to have an entity like that step up and donate a large portion of her budget to help us raise these funds. So I want to give an extra big shout out, lots of love to both of our title sponsors, Shannon Flannery with the Goddess Group, Everything Frederick and More Realty, and of course M&T Bank for being our title sponsors.
Yeah, and for those of us who are in the event creation space, we can't do it without the sponsors because they help get everything ready before the event ever happens. It gives us the funding to be able to book everything we need to book. So I'm telling you, the title sponsors of any event sure deserve all the credit they're given.
I do want to take a sec. I can't go through our whole sponsor list, but of course this event is being produced by Benefactor Events. We are an entertainment company here in town, and while I no longer own Benefactor Events, I came back as a special consultant to plan this event. Benefactor is dedicated to helping and serving the community, so check them out. My wonderful wife owns a company called AK's Graphics and Photo. She's not only going to be our official photographer on the day, but she has done all of the marketing and all the graphic design. She's taken the time to donate and design all of that for us. Also, all of our top level sponsors, Charles Photography Studios, State Farm, Riley Music and Sound has donated to help us make sure that we have a dope sound system for the event. And so, like I said, I can't go through the entire sponsor list right now, but go to the website and take a look at all of our amazing sponsors who help make this happen.
Not only are the sponsors just that we have to have them when we do events, but it really helps when you support the sponsors who support our events and let them know that this is why you're in there, that you heard about them however you did, because it surely helps those of us who are in this space to keep producing great events. All right, so tickets are $10 a person in advance. Is that right?
$10 if you're over 21, $5 if you're under 21, and kids under 5 are in free.
Ah, fantastic. All right. This Saturday, 3 p.m., be at Carroll Creek Amphitheater, supporting the Boys and Girls Club of Frederick County, and come to Battle of the Bands. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to say, I'm not beyond a little bribery as a judge. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time, and it's supporting a great cause. You get some great music, you support a great cause. That's what Frederick's is all about.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Danny, for having me. I hope to be a regular on this program. I hope this is not my last appearance. I got a bunch of great stuff to talk to you about. I try to do as much cool stuff as I can in the community, so hopefully I'll have the chance to get back on. But listen, go to the website, email, call, or text me if you have any questions about anything for the day of. Want to give a big shout out to everyone involved, Boys and Girls Club of Frederick County. Want to give a shout out to Danny for having me on the show here, Promo Circus, and Everything Frederick for letting us promote. Downtown Frederick Partnership for letting me kind of steal their blueprint for Alive at 5
We
and
all
the
do
help
it.
and support they've given us. So we appreciate that, and we look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday.
Absolutely. And man, you're going to be a regular. I love it. I'm going to have you back as many times you want to come. We'll see you Saturday, 3 o'clock, Carroll Creek Amphitheater. Have a great day.
Bye now.
All right. I want to thank Jarad for that. It's going to be a great event. Looking forward to it. Weather is looking great, so all of our prayers has worked for that. All right. Also this weekend, of course, we've got the flea market for pulling for veterans on the 28th from 9 to 3. The America 250 History Fair is also on Sunday at the Linear Park at Carroll Creek. And of course, on Tuesday, April 30th, Shannon Flannery, the founder of Everything Frederick and More, sponsor of Battle of the Bands, and the Goddess Group of Real Estate, and I invite you to the ribbon cutting and grand opening of the home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. Now, a lot of people have asked me, why is Promo Circus doing its grand opening at the home of Everything Frederick? Well, to be honest, I work from home, and as much as I'd love to have you all to my house, and probably will sometime this summer, it just makes a lot of sense to partner with Shannon and work with her on the grand opening she's having. It just kind of really worked out. The ribbon cutting is at 4:30, happy hour to follow from 5 to 7. There's food, beverages, and live music on the 30th. That's next Tuesday. All right, the link and details for these and all the events on the Everything Frederick calendar, you can get it by texting calendar to 888-465-2944. And if you want to include an event, you just need to email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, after the quick break, we're going to hear from Tiffany and see the inn at Fingerboard Farm.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
All right, don't forget to mention Promo Circus when you book with Jess and the team at Dreamscape Slumber Events. You'll save $25. All right, Tiffany at Fingerboard Farm shows us the restored glory of the inn at Fingerboard Farm, available for reunions, parties, corporate retreats, and virtually any event that you may not want to have at home. Let's go take a look. Tiffany, Fingerboard Farm Market and Inn. We are standing in the newly designed parlor room, gorgeous bar here. And I will obviously be showing pictures of or video of the entire place. You guys rent this out for weddings and parties and all of that sort of stuff. It sleeps 16 people, I think.
Very close. 14,
Okay, 14.
but with 6 bedrooms.
Okay, 6 bedrooms, 14 people. You can rent for a day or 3 days or however long you want, right?
Sure.
Well, there's vacancies, and you get utilization of the entire building, the patio, fire pit, and all of that.
Exactly.
Who do you want to come to right now to the inn?
Sure. Well, we're calling this the Inn at Fingerboard Farm.
Yeah.
We are open to families, any size group that wants to come. Some of the most popular things people host here are reunions, milestone birthdays, baby showers, wedding showers, even weddings. And we're basically booked through the end of the year with nearly every weekend. Next year is pretty open, but during the weekday, we are looking for maybe businesses or groups that want to be able to utilize this space for small events, networking, little parties, corporate retreats. We have a lot of women yoga retreats that have come.
Oh, that's cool. That's a great idea. So located right on Fingerboard Farm, which is right off Fingerboard Road, obviously, and right outside of Urbana, really. It's not, you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but you're really not. The inn is beautiful. You guys have redone quite a bit recently.
Oh, yes.
So how does it work? So if somebody wants to book, where do they go?
Sure. Well, the best way is to book through us directly. You can grab a spot from our website. You can message us to tell us the dates. We can work with you on a good package based on your needs. We're super flexible. So we just want people to come enjoy the space. This home was built in 1789. My mom has meticulously renovated it to keep that historic charm, but bring the modern comforts of life. So we just love sharing it. So please come on by.
Absolute stunning kitchen. You get access to everything. So
Absolutely.
If you're bringing in a caterer, or you want to make food, or you want to have a cookie making party with people here, it makes perfect sense. You know, it's, again, located hopefully centrally for all your guests, but it's enough space where you can stay the night if it's a weekday and there's availability, or you can just come for the day, set up, and leave when your guests leave. I mean, it's just so nice to have a space that's not your own home, especially maybe you're in a townhome or, you know, an apartment or condo where you can't have a lot of people, or you just don't want 50 people in your house.
Exactly.
You can do that here and utilize the outside patio. You guys have a beautiful fire pit.
Thank you.
And I know as soon as all these trees bloom soon, it's just going to be absolutely stunning out here.
It's stunning. We even have an infrared sauna. So a lot of people come, they might party a little too hard in the nighttime and then wake up, sweat it all out the next day.
Yep.
And
That's great.
So our guests really enjoy coming and getting the whole historic charm. And people call us a hidden gem because, like Danny said, we're right off 80, but you got to take Whiskey Road. We got this long, winding driveway, so we really are in the middle of the country here.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Yes, it's very quiet back here, and it's a beautiful space. So if you're looking for a place, I see it posted all the time. Where can we have a wedding shower, bridal shower, bachelorette, girls' night in? How fun would that be to team you up with our girls at Dreamscape Slumber events and do a fun sleepover or something for the ladies. So
I love that.
Check it out. Go to the website.
Fingerboardfarm.market, or you can email us. You can email me, Tiffany at fingerboardfarm.market. Of course, we're all over socials at Fingerboard Farm, but we can create a custom package for your needs, and we want you to enjoy the space just like we get to.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you guys so much. All right, I'm definitely going to work on that slumber party idea. I think it's going to be so fun, and stay tuned for that. I know it's going to be great. All right, don't forget about the giveaways today. I will update the sheet tomorrow. Tons of prizes. Just text what you would like, and I'm happy to give them to you. If you just want to go to the Cows game, there is no contest. I will give you tickets. I think I have 25 pairs of tickets for this weekend. Friday night, 7 p.m. at Hood. Sunday, 3 o'clock at Hood. You gotta come out. All right, tomorrow's show, you're gonna meet Rhonda Lang from Raise the Bar. You're gonna hear an amazing story from Sherry from Children of Incarcerated Parents Partnership. I think that's the name of it, COIP. And please, get everybody you know. Please share the YouTube channel. Subscribe to us. I'd love to get to 200 subscribers this week. And until then, be sure to search for Everything Frederick Live on TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok at DannyGirl1124. Good Morning Frederick is on most of the socials as well. Boy, sorry for the crazy day today. Tomorrow will be better, right? Because we're going to go out there and we're going to be great, Frederick.